Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.
Good morning.
Good morning. How the devil are we?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Well, diabolical, really, but not bad.
Okay.
I mean, I've woke up like you, alive and kicking this morning, so I'm doing all right. You know, you've got to look at it that way, really. We've got a lot in already.
33.
33. Blimey, that was quick. 33. Unbelievable. Good morning to all 33 of you. We'll probably be up to about 40 or 50 in a minute.
Morning, Michael. Morning, Chris.
I would think.
Ian Menham's in here.
And you're all... Ian, go on, tell me. I can't see.
Disney, Popcoin, Soundwave. I think that's the ones I see. Yep.
Okay, cool. The usual bandits in the comment section. Hello, Michael.
Oh, John Warren popped up.
Early for you, Michael. Over there must be about 4 o'clock in the morning for you. John, how are you feeling this morning, mate? You're going through a bit of a tough time.
Katie's in here.
Katie, hello, Katie. She's going through a tough time. One of the frontline workers, Katie. She's one of the ones filling the shelves in the supermarkets.
Nice.
You know, not being looked after, I hasten to add. Not thinking about that. All these people on the tills and filling up the shelves, and they're all getting breathed on, and they've all got to touch all these metal shelves that everybody else is touching. They're not being issued gloves. They're not being issued masks. Nothing. It's like, I know this is going to sound like a ridiculous analogy, but it's like in the World Wars when they bunged all the kids to the front line. Do you know what I mean? Make them all expendable. All these people that are on low wages filling the shelves and serving you at the supermarket tills, it's almost like they're all expendable. And so I think it's a bit naughty. I think they're just as much front line as what your hospital workers are. And
definitely,
you know, there's certain private sectors now that have got to come into the emergency frontline sector, need to be looked after, just like the nurses and all the rest of it. You know, it's no good. It's no good making sure your nurses and all that have got covered, and the people serving. Sorry, go on.
No, go. I was just sitting back. Yeah.
I just, you know, it makes me so angry that they just, you know, about all of it. It's not like they didn't know. They know from the Ebola. They know from the influenza, and they knew the moment they built that flipping hospital in China. You know, we saw it. And people like Katie are bunged out there, and they've got to do their jobs, and they're not being looked after. You know, what do they think is going to happen?
Yeah. My nephew works at Walmart, and they've had to ration the toilet paper, so people are lining up like 2 hours early, and they've had to tell people to stop videotaping and taking pictures, just because they're spamming my nephew and the employees all over the web.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like no more pictures. Yeah, no photography.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need more than just one security guard on the door at the supermarkets now. You know, we really need.
We've never had security at our Walmart, and now we have local law enforcement posted.
Yeah. And you know, that needs looking into here. I mean, all the food banks, all the rest of it. Mind you, they've just guaranteed, pardon me, every vulnerable person. So this brings me on to the title of the show.
Katie.
So why all of a sudden, you know, 1 minute I'm going, oh, we're going bust, oh, we're going under. Next minute I'm going, oh, I've got a great idea. And then the next day I'm going, oh, it's doom and gloom. And then 2 days later I go, oh, I've got a great idea. It's me. I try and I fight and I fight and I fight and I fight. And if I can come up with another idea and I come up with another idea, I do. And I'll keep coming up with another idea. I've done it all my life. It's what I do. But as of Friday night, the government have asked that 1.5 million people stay at home and self-isolate for up to, or for a minimum of 3 months. So it's likely to be longer, 6 months, maybe a year, but 1.5 million people have to self-isolate immediately, with immediate effect. Some of you watching me may or may not realise it, but you come into that 1.5 million. And this is it unfolding in front of your very eyes. I am one of those 1.5 million. And because, for no other reason, not because I've run out of fight. It's not because I've run out of energy. It's not because I can't be asked. It's not because I can't be bothered or any of those reasons. It's simply because I'm one of those 1.5 million. Having to self-isolate now for a minimum of 3 months means that there's no more Logan. So Logan has to go home today and not come back. That's it. That's how serious it is. He has to go home tonight when he's finished. He won't be working till 6 o'clock. He's come in today to do what he's got to do, literally what he's got to do. And he, whatever he hasn't got to do, he ain't doing. He's only doing what he's got to do, and then he's going to go. And that's it. He's gone then for at least 4 months, I reckon. Maybe, maybe a year. Yeah. Because my minimum is 12 weeks. I can't see it being 12 weeks because this is only just the start. Yeah, Lorna's going to be one of those 1.5 million. You know, and all shit aside and all the rest of it, so is Warren. He will be one of those 1.5 million. And, you know, and I feel for you. I really do. There's a lot of people that are in our community that are going to be part of that 1.5 million. So simply because of that, and for no other reason, that folds us overnight. That's us done. I can't sell another item. I can't wrap and pack another item. I can't go to the post box. I can't go to the post office. I can't have anybody come in here to do the post for me. I can't have Logan come here and work and handle the admin and the post like he's done for the last however long he's been here, 2 years, whatever. So there's absolutely nothing I can do. The decision has been taken away from me. The decision of fighting and not fighting and all the rest of it, it's all taken away from me. There's nothing I can do. Boom, overnight. So that's the position we're in. Now, what they do say is the government says, stand by, do right by your staff, and we will do right by you. Logan and Kelly are still officially on the books. Even though I had to let Kelly go, I let Kelly go after the 1st of March. And the Chancellor of the Exchequer has agreed to backdate it to the 1st of March, the employee thing. So it looks like we might also be able to have Kelly enrolled on the scheme. Because there could be a debate as to whether or not, all the different reasons and all the rest of it. So anyway, good news for that is we might be able to get Kelly, we should almost definitely be able to get them both on the scheme so that they can get 80% of their wages covered. And that'll be them covered at least at home to be able to get through this for the next 3 months to a year. Outside of that, it will now be a case of finding out. A lot of my work now and stuff has got to be about finding out what we can claim, how we can claim it. Is there anything that we can claim? Is there going to be any kind of compensation for creditors of businesses that have to fold? Because that's us folding. We've got no choice but to fold it. And I should be asking John, who's got the experience, to take us through the bankruptcy. There'll be no other choice. There's nothing I can do about that. So what happens next? I know what happens normally in a bankruptcy case. I would be able to tell you and talk the iron legs off a donkey with what happens normally in a bankruptcy case, but I have no idea what's going to be happening now to businesses that go under now in this climate. and what kind of guarantee, if any, the government will put in place. It may very well put in place something that says, okay, anybody that goes under right now, we will cover 50 pence in the pound for their creditors, or 70 pence in the pound, or whatever. I don't know. Or 10 pence in the pound. I don't know. There may be nothing. I don't know. But that's it. It's game over now. Even if we wasn't in a precarious financial position, that would be us finished. It doesn't matter whether this happens now, or whether this would have happened 6 months ago, or whether this would have happened a year ago. There's an awful lot of businesses now, tens of thousands of businesses, that this will finish overnight. You know, any business that one of those 1.5 million people are involved in, if they own a business or run a business from home in somehow, some way, they're done.
Or if they're the backbone of one.
Or if they're the backbone of one, they're done. They're done overnight, finished at their age, at my age, done. And there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do about that. And it's not about the money either. Well, it is to a degree, but you know, it don't matter if one of you was to ring me up now and say, look, Ian, I'll give you $5,000. I don't think it'll make any difference. You know, nothing. The only thing that I will do now is, until I'm told legally I can't, I'll carry on selling the 10 times the mint fund. That's the only thing that I can work on now. I can't work on anything else. I've got nothing else to work on. So I can work on the 10 times the mint fund, and I can try and raise money, crowdfunding for that. That's something I could legally do, because it's something I could legally sell, as long as I don't have to post anything. As long as I don't have to post anything, I could sell the shares in the Royal Mint TV and the shares in the Royal Mint.news, which means that they won't get taken or anything like that, because we've already got part owners in that, so they're safe. Things like the YouTube channel will be safe and stuff like that. All of that kind of stuff will be safe, and safer now, I would say, even safer than what they were before, because there will be certain guarantees that the government's going to put in place. So I have no fear of that. I absolutely know they'll put a lot of stuff in place. There's so many things going to unravel now that they're going to have to. You know, I mean, things are already getting nasty out there. You know, people already, I mean, Katie will tell you, you know, people are spoken to like dirt in supermarket tellers, and people that are filling the shelves are had a go at, stuff like that. It's all wrong. Wait till the looting starts. You're going to get the looting, yeah. You know, whilst there's no one out on the streets, there will be people going out looting and causing all sorts of trouble. So, yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. And no one knows anything else. We're going to be doing our own researches and what we can. I will still work on the Great British Coin Hunt. We'll still work on trying to put a site together. Butch is helping me put a site together to try and take it away from Shopify, so we don't have that bill of £500 a month, because we pay Shopify about 500 quid a month, sometimes more. So we'll be able to save on that. So that's sort of, you're going to go, well, hang on a minute, that sounds like you're not folding. Well, we are folding as a business, as the Great British Coin Hunt. What I can do and can't do, I've got to look into now. There are things that are legal to do, like, for example, it's legal to have another company and sell what you've got to that company. Whether I'll be able to do that or not, I don't know. Because even if I could, essentially, like some people do, there is legal ways of doing it. You can fold a business today and you can reopen a business tomorrow, and the business that you're opening tomorrow has bought all of the stock quite cheaply of the business that you're folding today, and that's all done legally and everything else. So then that business that you're starting tomorrow starts off as its own business with a load of cheap stock and all the rest of it. Now, there are legal ways of making all of that thing possible. However, here's the kicker. In order to do that, and which I could do quite easily, in order to do that, that means that the business that starts up tomorrow has a business with a load of stock. Well, what's going to happen then? It's got to sell that stock to make any money, but it can't sell any of that stock to make any money because I can't wrap and pack anything, and I can't post anything, and I can't go to the post office. So even if I did go through that motion of closing one business and opening another business, I can't do anything with that other business. I can't trade with it. I can't sell anything. I can't make any money. So, I mean, things like I've got to go to the dentist this week. I've got my appointment. I've got a text through saying my dentist appointment on Wednesday. We've got a little bit of a thing going on here because Logan and Fran seem to think that, oh no, I'm all right to go down to my dentist appointment. And I've got a feeling that when I phone them up later on today and say, I'm one of those 1.5 million, should I stay at home or should I come to my dentist appointment? I think they're going to tell me I've got to stay at home. Any of you that are 1.5, that want to part of that 1.5 million, you can't go out. That's it. It's like house arrest. So that's where we are. And I can't see any comments, remember, so I've got no idea what anybody might.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I forgot you couldn't see comments. Let me get some up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments.
I got it. I had to look at the right screen.
Complicated to understand. Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, they are going to make it easier and easier to understand because they keep getting hauled over the coals. I take it all points are down the toilet. Not that I'm having a go or complaining. I'm just after clarification. Good point, Mr. Soundwave Man. So everything then stops. Now, all of the points you got to. Pardon me. See that comment there from Soundwave Man? That comment is impossible to delete. Soundwave Man could delete that comment. Butch could delete that comment. Somebody could delete YouTube completely. Still, that comment is recorded somewhere out there on the internet. Do you know what I mean? In other words, when it's computerized, nothing is gone. So all of the points are exactly, everything is exactly where it was last week when you saw it. It's just that at the moment, it's all invisible. You can't see. It's just invisible. It's there, but it's invisible. So at some point, that will have to come back online. Whether that come back online via poof, it's there, or whether that becomes visible by a downloaded sheet of everybody that we've got so that we know every single person and how many points they've got. Because we're going to have to do that for the official receiver anyway at some point. So, no, they're not gone. Yes,
as of Friday, the points are backed up. So we have a copy off that server. So we have the points, we have access to them, and we're not, yeah.
So they're there. They're all there. As I say, they won't go away. It can't be deleted. And so there is a way of getting hold of a list, if you like, of everybody and how many points they're owed. And that we will need to sort out at some stage. Don't anybody make the mistake of contacting me and saying, Ian, I've got 20,000 points in my account. How about you send me something and we'll forget about the points. Don't ask me to do that because you would be asking me to commit a criminal offence that I could go to prison for, and so could you. So it gets into a minefield and it gets serious stuff with a bankruptcy. However, what I am saying loud and clear is I'm not giving up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running away. I'm not having it on my toes or anything like that. And thank you, Marco. And I will carry on doing the shows. And yeah, I'll still come on every day. Butch is still going to come on every day with me, he said. And until Butch says I'm not doing it anymore, he will still be here, you know. And we will carry on and we will try and, you know, obviously I'm going to look at the possibility of another site, another business, whatever. I'm going to have to plan for that and look at that, and I'll look at that with Butch. We'll talk about that. But the other thing I need to look at and plan for is what, if any, compensation claims I may be able to tap into. And any compensation claims I can tap into will only benefit the creditors or the investors or the people that have helped us. I mean, there are people like Butch and Mick and Katie that have put so much time into it. Lorna and Chris, and you know, they have, and Lisa and names that I'm just getting blocked out now. You know, that have helped us and helped us and helped us and helped us, and Richard and so on, that have helped us, and no one's got paid. Even people that have been paid in points, no one's got paid. So how this will all get sorted out, I have no idea. But we will work on it, and we will try and get what we can. I've got a dentist this week too, and I'm in the same position. It's so difficult, especially with people of appointments coming up they've waited so long for. I've got a feeling that when you speak to the dentist, they'll tell you not to come in. I missed that one from Chris.
Oh, it was please subscribe. I just hit it on accident.
I think they'll ask you not to come in. And we're all going to be getting food parcels, apparently, Butch. So as of now, I have to stay at home for like 4 months. And they're trying to organise
food delivery.
Yeah, food deliveries and medication deliveries and stuff.
Yeah,
I just got my next month's medication, and that's been emailed to Morrison's pharmacy, but I can't go and collect it. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
I'm sure they'll have something arranged.
Yeah. So I'm sure they will. This will be a long, hard slog for many, many people. Everyone needs patience and compassion going forward. They do. People are out there getting angry in the streets already, you know. And I think, like I said before, you know, if we're not careful, we're going to see racial hatred and stuff spilling out, because people are just going to be blaming people that have, you know, that have travelled or that have immigrated or whatever. We need an amnesty badly. We badly need an amnesty for all the illegals on our soil, to give them a chance and give us a chance. You know, if we don't give them an amnesty, well, they're beat, and so are we, because the virus just won't stop spreading. You've got to give an amnesty to every single illegal, and you've got to home every single homeless person in the country. And they can no longer say that they can't afford to feed the homeless or the vulnerable or the, you know, there shouldn't even be any food banks in this country. Shouldn't be any food banks, because the government should be doing that job. And now they're going to spend so much money taking care of the people in poverty, taking care of the people homeless, taking care of the illegals. All of that problem could be solved like that overnight. This is our chance, you know. This is our chance to sort of step back a bit and take a bit of and take a moment,
a breath.
Yeah, like Venice, right? Venice. Have you heard about Venice? The waters in Venice are clear blue, and you've got fish and dolphins and all that swimming all in the waterways of Venice, because all the boats and the pollution is stopped from the boats.
And the tourists. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so because it's all stopped and it's now all gone back to nature, all that water has filtered out, all that polluted water, and suddenly within days you've got beautiful clear blue water there is, with dolphins and fish and everything. You know, I mean, it'd be fantastic for Venice to take a step back and say, do you know what? No more boats. No more polluted
there's no
water.
cars. Yeah.
You know. So so I think it's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of kindness. There's going to be a lot of seeing the people, and there's going to be a lot of vicious.
Last time I was in Venice, the only time I've been to Venice, we tried to eat at an outdoor cafe next to the canal, and the canal stunk so bad, you just couldn't eat. It was just sewer.
Yeah, and all of that now. I bet if you sat there now in that same spot, you know,
completely different. Huh?
Yeah, it'd be great. So I mean, as you know, the human race, as it were, as this opportunity to do something about it, doesn't it?
The chat started moving. I hit the wrong one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Michael says the coast where he lives is clear too.
It's clear. So blue, yeah. Yeah, all the shipping stopped. All that diesel pumping into the waters. You know, wouldn't it be great if all the drilling stopped? I don't suppose it will. Mind you, you know, the price of oil. And just before this happened, I wonder what that's going to do. Just before this happened, I don't understand much about the oil prices and stuff, but I do understand that you've got like this worldwide, call it a consortium of nations, and they decide about whether to put prices up or put prices down. And Russia is not part of this consortium, but it does have a voice in it somehow. And this consortium have gone, right, everybody, this is a few weeks ago, it's about a month ago or something. This consortium have gone, right, everybody, what we've got to do is we've got to stop making so much oil. So I want everybody to bring their barrels down by like 1 million barrels a day, stop making so much. And then if you do that, you sort of control the price of oil and it doesn't go mentally one way or the other, right? And so, and they've gone, so this is what we want everybody to do. So everybody in this part of the organisation, we want to reduce by this much. And all the people not in the organisation, which is mostly Russia, we want you to do and reduce your oil output by this much. And Russia went, no, we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on making the same amount of oil that we've been making. So for the last month, there's been this glut of oil coming on the market because they've been making more oil than they could sell. Now, of course, like you just said, of course, all the traffic gone. You know, no cars on the roads and all that kind of thing. So
airports are empty.
Apart from people, like I said the other week, filling up their cars once to fill it up, you ain't going to be using it. Living under the flight above the Heathrow, noticeable how few planes are flying. Yeah? Yeah. I should imagine, I can't imagine how much difference that's making ecologically. Think of all the people, right, that have been fighting climate change, that have been going, yeah, you know, you've got to stop because we've got to look after the planet and all the rest of it. I mean, all of the things they've been fighting for, like these groups that are fighting for less traffic in less cars on the road. I'll have that again in a minute, sorry. Less traffic.
Oh, no, it was, yeah.
You know, all the people that are fighting for, like, let's have less traffic on the road. Now there's no traffic. You know, just one day of no traffic does a humongous amount for the climate. Yeah. So having weeks and weeks of no traffic, oh my goodness, that's going to do wonders. Anyway, what was that?
Oh, I hear. There we go.
As uncomfortable as maybe it's nature's way of righting pollution. Well, yeah, you know.
You were answering it anyway, so that's why I took it down. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what a lot of people are going to be saying, that kind of thing. Not being racist here, but why is it that Catholic churches, Church of England, churches suggest proposed that mosques are allowed to open according to sources? That is the case. No, it won't be, because once they say no more than crowds of 50 or no more than 10 or whatever, that applies to everybody. That once they say that applies to everybody, you know. And religion has got absolutely nothing to do with it. My religion has got nothing to do with the faith. The fact that I'm one of 1.5 million. You know.
This one made me laugh.
Who's Greta Thunberg?
The Swedish girl that's been shaming us for climate.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Oh, the little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh, I see.
She fixed it. Yeah. Now she can go back to junior high.
Yeah, all the people you see for climate change, I mean, they've got what they want now. So, you know, what they've got to do is fight to keep it.
Yeah, it's not just airports that are shutting down. Amtrak, Greyhound, Trailways, those are the long distance buses here.
Yeah.
They're all shutting down.
Taxis, we talked about that, didn't we, a while back? Taxis you know.
It seems like in some of the cities, Uber was doing the Uber. All the Uber drivers were joining the Uber Eats thing, so they can all do food delivery now.
Yeah.
So Uber drivers, instead of just driving Uber, are doing the food delivery.
Doing the food delivery. Yeah. See, now that bothers me. That does, you know, because on the one hand, right, food delivery goes through the roof.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I got a curry the other night. We had a food delivery, which just happened to be a curry of all things. Now, the reason I labour the fact that it just happened to be a curry is because it was a curry, it come in the metal containers. Whereas me Chinese and me others, they tend to come in plastic ones now. But the curry house still tends to use those aluminium plastic containers, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking, I'm not sure how comfortable I am ordering my food from other people that are making my food, who are touching all these metal containers, and where have these metal containers come from? And so it's now making me think about even ordering a takeaway, because I'm not quite about ordering a takeaway now.
Yeah.
No one wants to get into an Uber taxi because they're frightened the Uber driver's going to give them the disease, but they're quite happy for the Uber driver to deliver their pizza, which they're going to eat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, one doesn't make the other one work. Or is that just my brain?
No, canned foods, so you can wash down the container they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to only be 12 hours, isn't it? It's supposed to be 12 hours or something for metal.
I think so. So maybe if it's non-perishable and you leave it quarantined for 12 hours, I have no idea.
Yeah. Don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how you'd work that side out. You just got to trust that connection.
Yeah. When I was talking earlier on, and Fran has got some friends. I mean, the only person in the Netherlands I talk to is our supplier, but Fran has got some friends out there. And as you know, we are behind Europe a little bit. So whatever's going on in Europe, and however bad it is over there in Italy and Spain, it's going to be that here. You know, we're up to 5,000 deaths in Spain alone, and we're going to have that here. So whatever's going on over there comes here. And essentially the way it's ended up over there is all the sick and the vulnerable is just, you're just asked to stay at home and, you know, live or die. And nobody go to see you.
Italy's now ahead of China with 5,400.
Wow.
China's 3,100. I think China stopped reporting. Spain and Iran are over 1,000. United Kingdom's at 281.
Yeah. So they've overtaken Iran, haven't they? Because Iran was the hotspot.
The one funeral home, or the nursing home, has accounted for 75 deaths in the United States.
That one you was telling us about.
That one nursing home. Yep.
Went
75
from
deaths now.
15 to 75 in one place, like fish in a barrel.
Yeah. So we're up to 471 deaths.
Wow. Yeah, so there's not going to be any sign of quitting for any of this. And yeah, so they're pretty much saying to people, we just need you to stay at home, and you know, and you either live or you die. And if you get sick, well, we're sorry about that, and please don't have your family come round to see you. You know, for the sake of everybody else, die at home. Just stay there and die at home. In Germany, public gatherings are limited to 2 people. Yep. Yeah. But over here, we still think it's party time. Over here, they're still going out on the beer on a Friday night. And, you know, people want to congregate and go out and start getting all together, and don't get it. Stupid. All those people over the weekend looking at them on the news.
Somebody said that they were closing the pubs down. I posted it for a minute.
It's going to be a shutdown today. He's going to announce a lockdown today, and he's going to announce.
Oh no, it was the other way around.
All the pubs. Yeah, I reckon he'll announce it tonight, close them. You know, in 24 hours over the weekend, Spain had an extra 5,000 cases. 5,000 people caught it within 24 hours registered over the weekend. He's got to close them today. He's got to close everything today. You know, you can't keep any of them open now.
Yeah. We're so isolated here. Fingers crossed, we're fairly safe.
Yeah, well, you see, you know, luckily for you, you're in what?
Leave it.
What before all this? You're right.
What are you doing? Oh, the dog's eating the cat food.
See, you're in what before all this happens would have been considered one of the worst places to be. A nowhere town, that's a ghost town, that's knackered, it's dying, and you know, not only is everyone dying in the town, the entire town is dying type thing. Nobody wants to move there in their right mind, would want to move there. Now where you live is the place to be.
Yeah. For now, if we get if one person gets infected, it won't spread because nobody's out, and we're yeah.
People are going to be leaving the cities in their tens of thousands now. Over here, they're already trying to. Oh, mate! Over the weekend, people have been jumping in their caravans and all heading off to Snowdonia and national parks and that, thinking they're the only people that are having the idea of getting away and camping for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're all putting themselves together, herding themselves together in all these big traffic jams.
We're surrounded by national forest, plenty of land for people to camp on. Yep.
Yeah, so many people gone out and done that over the weekend. It's unreal.
Simon, I am in Arizona, Central Arizona.
Yeah, don't look at that.
They're heading to the Highlands of Scotland.
Highlands of Scotland. People will want to go to places like where you are. You know, even when this dies down, there's going to be a property boom. So many people are going to make money out of this. There's going to be a property boom in places like where you live and where I live, Butch, because where you live is the middle of nowhere, and the property prices are ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, they're already cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. So when people wake up, the people that survive this, there's going to be tens of thousands of them and hundreds of thousands of them. They're all going to be wanting to move out of cities because they've realised how dangerous the cities are, and they're going to be wanting to buy properties where you live, where I live, all in the country. You watch. People. If you've lost money in other stuff, put money into the stuff. Obviously, if you want to put money and make money in the future, put it into what's going to go up. Like, you know, I would, if I had any shares in eBay or Amazon right now, I'd be taking them out of there and I'd be putting them into the supermarkets and the electric and water companies and places like that is where I'd be putting the shares at the minute. Falling down shacks might sell, Butch.
You saw, I sent Ian some pictures yesterday of the house behind us. Yeah.
I saw some pictures yesterday.
Oh.
You know, but what a place. I mean, what a place. The views, the country, I mean, lovely. You know, and for cheap.
Literally on the side of the mountain. Yeah. Yeah.
So for less than 50 grand English, you could go over there, you could buy a place and do it up. Mind you, right now, you can actually make money by buying the pound.
Is the pound low?
The pound is so low right now. It's getting close to the value of the dollar. Now is a good time to buy the pound because it will only recover and go back to 1.5 times anyway.
Yeah.
But
a smart idea. I've probably got about 20. No, I've got a couple hundred pounds worth of 50s. I don't know how many are up there.
Oh, yeah. No, touching my face. Got to stop touching my face. I am prepayment meters as well. See, yeah. Are they still going to send people out? Oh, the prepayment with the cards. Well,
I think they're halting all utilities.
Yeah, they would just have to say to everybody, you know, throw a switch, because that's all they've got to do is throw a switch, and suddenly you ain't got to put any card money in or whatever. So I imagine some people would be, but you know, if you're on, anybody out there that's on a prepayment card meter for gas or electric, you should have been out topping that up by now. With all the conversations we've had about it, Stevie B, mate, you should have been out putting 300 quid on that by now.
You can put money on your meter at the meter.
No, in the shop. You go in with a card, right, and you give them the money, and they put it on the card, and then you come home and you put it in the slot in your electric meter, and boom, it takes the money.
Oh, weird. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's only one step away from putting your debit or credit card in the electric meter. I should imagine they'll do that one day, but at the moment,
we have nothing like that here.
No?
No.
So you have a chip, and you go in the shop, or you have a stick like that, you know, a bit of a stick, and you go in and it's got a chip on the side of it, and they load it onto that, and then you come home and you stick in.
Cool.
But yeah, we've had them now for 30 years.
Yeah, I've never heard anything like that. That's cool. No, here, if your power gets shut off, you have to go down to the electric company and pay your bill in cash over the counter and a fee, and
wow.
Then they go and type in their computer and it comes back on.
So anyway,
prepayment
cards, prepayment meters. If you've got a few quid cash, extra, spare, whack it on there. You don't know what's going to happen. I imagine they would make sure that everybody has to stay on, but you just don't know. You know, you now got to start thinking. Hello, Marco.
Hey, Marco.
You'll have to look at this from the beginning, Marco. We ceased trading from a day, but you'll have to look at this from the beginning so I don't go over the same things over and over and over again. Might be a good idea buying a property in the States, but how are you going to get there now? No, actually, it's not. Well, if you're thinking of buying a property over there, just hang on a minute, because they're going to get cheaper. We are facing an almighty crash, an unbelievable crash, the likes of which we have not seen before. If you think the crash of recent weeks is a bit bad enough, it's nothing compared to what's coming. I won't be top you up if you can't get out. Okay, yeah, that will be our electrics and gas she's talking about there, Butch.
Yeah. I was just showing it.
Yeah, I'm sure all they got to do is switch, and everybody's connected. London has flocked, queuing like it's height of summer. Yeah, ransacked our local shops. Car park had to shut in the end. People just not taking it seriously, or silly.
We're 2 hours from Phoenix, and the Walmart's been getting hit with people coming up from Phoenix because they can't get stuff in the valley, so they're hitting our Walmart in our stores.
Yeah, there was councillors out in a village over the weekend, and basically they were saying to the visitors, "Thanks very much for coming today, but can you please go and not come back until this virus thing is finished with? We don't want visitors in our village.
Yeah,
we don't want you here touching the lids of our rubbish bins and touching our door handles and touching our shops and all the rest of it. We want you to go." And they was out, the councillors out
just
on
blows
the
up.
Please go. Stupid people, and interviewing people, and so many people are taking the view that if the government's not telling me I must stay at home, I'm not going to. As long as I've got a choice, I'm going to go out and exercise my right to go into the parks and spread the disease.
Yeah.
And all that kind of thing. So 10 to 12 weeks border closure for us. Are you in Canada or America, Michael?
America.
Oh, he's American.
Yeah. I think they cut it to inward travel is American citizens only.
Yeah. Because they've closed the border now between Canada and America, haven't they?
Yeah, we're treating both. Trump said we're treating both borders exactly the same now. So yeah, they're closed.
Okay.
There was a problem with Mexican people that couldn't fly directly to the United States because of the virus. Were flying into Mexico and then from Mexico into the United States, and he's like, fine, no, yeah, because we were open with Mexico.
Or not letting them in.
No. If
So people are flying in order to get back home into the United States. They're flying into Mexico because they can't fly direct into
people who are not American citizens who are coming to the United States are flying into Mexico to get into the United States.
Oh, I see. And they're landing in Mexico. They're just trying to get around it, and they're landing in Mexico and being told no, sorry.
So Trump closed the border. Yeah, American citizens only. If you are not an American citizen, then you're not getting in right now.
Wow.
There might be some small exceptions, but no. So yeah, no travel for anybody, and I guess it's 10 to 12 weeks now.
Yeah. Yeah, at least, you know, I mean, it all needs to close down completely, and then once it closes down completely, well, you won't even have the post. You know, I that's why it brings us into talking earlier on about us closing down and one thing and another. You know, as of today, we have to delete all of our eBay items. There is absolutely no point leaving it up there, because if we leave the listings live but close them all off so people can't buy them, and we're paying shop fees, we've still got to carry on paying those fees for the next 3 months to a year. So there's no point. So all of our eBay items, all of our agents, any agents that have got eBay items on them, even the one that Butch and I were working on, we just worked on another eBay account again, one that we had for a while, managed to get everything up, or most everything up there. Then all this happened. So everything's got to come off with immediate effect, because I literally cannot leave the house. And if I can't leave the house, I can't do the post. So that's that side of it done and dusted. What's that? Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Popcorn sent me the picture.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one that I remember. I've also used one like this as well, like an actual card. But they do, yeah, they're the most common ones as well.
Thank you, Pop King.
30 years we've been using them, I reckon. So some of the things I am going to be allowed to do, or I am going to carry on doing until I'm told I'm not allowed to do them, is the fact that we can still do this new idea of assigning people a post for Facebook, and when that post, because that'll be assigned just for you, and when that post has got 1,000 shares on it, you'll get £1,000 worth of coins. Now that I'm still going to carry on with. I can still do that. I can put those parcels together here over the next couple of months, and get boxes ready and that kind of thing, because then they won't be in the way, because we're not going to be working. So that is something I can do, and I will argue the case of the calls with the official receiver and whoever else I have to at the time. But that is something I can do. So anybody that wants to be involved in that, you know, a lot of you are going to be stuck at home soon, told to go home and not come back, like Logan. You know, he'll be going home today, won't be coming back. That's it, now for up to a year. Me and him, we won't see each other now for up to a year. It's mental to even think of. Aww. You know, so this is the sort of things we've got to think about and what we're going to do. And this might be something that we can do. We might be able to swap things around a bit. By the end of this bloody quarantine, there's one thing I'm definite on, and that is that the posts I've been putting up about the Royal Mint and Change Checker and all of that, they'll have 1 million views on them, you know, one way or another.
You're going to be 3 stone heavier too.
Yeah. I'm already putting on weight. 38 waist I had to put on today. I can't believe I've ballooned that much. 38 waist.
At 36.
You look a 32.
I'm 6'3". I'm tall.
Cool. Yeah, but you look so thin, man.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be carrying
a belly.
And we've got 6 people, I think, on that already.
Yeah.
So there are six people, I think, that are going to get £1,000 of a coin, and they are sharing away and sharing away. The only thing I would say is don't go mental on your own account and don't get it blocked. You know, you need to share it to groups. Some groups then host watch parties and things like that. It's been working brilliantly. So that's one thing I'm going to stick to. Working with Butch on trying to put something together for another website. Yes, Simon. You need to play this from the beginning and pay special attention to how we're closing down and why we're closing down and what we're going to do about it. But you know, this is the video that it's not even a point of me doing a video to explain it all, because this video, I reckon, is just me. I've done most of the talking. Butch hasn't hardly said a word. I'm a whole inch taller.
John's taller than me.
All right. You know, now John always seems to be a small guy to me. I thought John was a small guy. Excuse me. Didn't realise you was that tall, John. So yeah, so TGBCH as a numismatics dealer, i.e. a dealer of coins and stamps and banknotes and anything else vintage stuff that I might have done, right? So anything that involves sending it through the post, Simon, and anybody else, to be absolutely clear, anything that involves anything to send through the post, that's me done. As of Friday night or today, I am one of those 1.5 million people that have got to self-quarantine for 3 months to a year. That's it. That's the business done then. What we can do now is move forward and try and move forward and save part of the business, or I don't know. I don't know what we can do. We don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to carry on with a posting. So the posting, the sharing, £1,000 parcel for 1,000 shares. We're going to carry on with that. Yes, and to that end, I tell you what, we're sort of halfway through the show. How about you play a couple of adverts, Butch, while I go and get myself a cup of tea?
All right.
I've got a mouth like Gandhi's flip-flop. See, now I got a smile. Now you know what it means.
Yeah.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.
All right. Flaps. So you guys are learning about most of this along. I'm learning about most of this along with you guys. So it's like the perfect storm. Is there any other questions for him? Everything's just on hold. Here, Logan taping.
Morning, Butch.
Morning, Logan.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Good. There he is. Hi. Lots of packaging to do today.
We're just sending out the remaining eBay orders.
Okay.
Ones that were purchased over weekend, and then that is it. Done.
Oh,
well, these things happen.
better things.
Yeah.
Different things. Will Snell says good morning.
Right, I better get back to it.
All right. Is he walking back in?
Yeah.
Over there.
Steve, we're not sure what we're gonna do exactly yet.
Breathing.
All right, we got Logan for a couple minutes.
Oh, that was cool. Logan's chirpy face. I look forward to seeing his chirpy face every morning. He comes in, his face is lights up like the fresh dawn of a day. It does.
John Warren says, "Stay positive, Logan."
Oh, I will.
So I also think John will be one of the 1.5 million as well.
Definitely.
You know, so
He posted on Facebook about it on Friday.
Yeah, for me, it comes from the heart problems. I think that's where I'm understanding it anyway, which is where someone like Warren will also have the issue. He'll have to self-isolate like me. Anybody with certain vulnerable conditions. I don't know whether or not the stoma issue comes into that, but the heart issue does.
Popcoin, I believe, fingers crossed, I believe I have 2 $50 boxes coming Wednesday. But with things the way they are now, I don't know. But they're ordered. They should be here Wednesday. You have to order them a week in advance.
Yeah. So. Yes, because of course, once they say over there that you can't do anything, you can't go out, then you won't be able to go out to the post box, will you?
They won't lock us down that much here. Businesses will still be able to interact, so we'll be able to go to the bank, and people will be able to go to the grocery store, but all the banks here shut down their lobbies, so it's only drive-through. And
right.
The one bank that we get our $50 from has agreed to let business, because they can't put the stuff through drive-through. They allow businesses to come into the lobby, but not any other customers. So.
Right.
So we have to go through the drive-through, tell them who it is, and then drive around to the front, and then they'll let us in the front to get our orders, and then back out. Okay. So that's nice because we're business customers.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we were going to try and help people with the change card, you know, to go to get the change from the post office.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to change in a minute. Hi guys, I found your channel through Logan. Big shout out to that beaut. He is, isn't he, Freya? Do you want to say hello to him? Come say hello to Freya.
Hello, Freya.
That's it. That'll work.
Yeah.
I've only got him today. That'll work.
Oh, McDonald's is closed.
Nice of you to join us, Freya. McDonald's is closed, says Danielle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
Last time you'll be able to get McDonald's.
Closes.
Wow.
Well, I would have thought they kept the drive-through open.
No, that's closing tonight at 7.
Wow.
I know. So our last McDonald's was Friday.
No more McDonald's for a long time. Your McDonald's closed, Butch?
I don't know.
Of course, because it's an hour away from you, isn't it?
It's in another town.
Yeah.
It's a 20-minute drive, half hour. My nephew, one of my nephews works at Wendy's. They've shut their dining room, but they still do drive-through, and you can take out from the counter.
Yeah.
And then they have a convenience store. The Wendy's owns a convenience store next door, and they're still letting customers in.
Yeah, there's a lot of them still letting them in, and there's a lot now still closing. But the ones you'd think would stay open, you'd think a drive-through would be fine.
Denny's, we have a Denny's here. They've limited their capacity by like 3/4, and if you come in, they sit you spaced out, so everybody's got like 8 feet between them.
Yeah.
But that was Friday. I don't know what they're doing this weekend. I think they're just going to switch everything to takeout.
Yeah, we've closed all our restaurants and cafes and bars, and Did they forcibly close the pubs? They did Friday night, didn't they?
Yeah, Scotland is still open though, but England,
It was closed.
all pubs, cafes.
Scotland pubs at the moment are still open. English pubs are all closed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing
And
here.
restaurants, bars.
We haven't. Yeah, as far as I know, in our state, we don't have any restrictions right now.
My son's got one of my sons has got interest in a couple of coffee shops. The mental. Is it Mental Hamster? I keep forgetting. It's the Mental Monkey, Mental Hamster, Mental range anyway. And they've got interesting coffee shops and stuff, and they've all had to close. So,
Wow.
boy, is this going to be expensive. From a monetary point of view, you know, what estimations are being given on this?
Yeah.
Trillions of pounds.
I have no idea what to expect. This is uncharted territory for us all.
When you add up the amount of money it's cost every single country, and you add all that up one day when it's all finished, and you get a figure, that figure has got to be, whatever that figure is, it's got to be the longest figure ever in history that's ever been actually used, not made up.
And they're not going to, and that figure is just going to be an estimate because there's no, there's no way you can measure the amount of monetary damage this is having on the planet.
No.
Amazon stopped. I don't understand this. The virus is supposed to die off within 24 hours of anything that's got touched. It's gone. But Amazon cut all deliveries, drop ships from China. So you can't get anything drop shipped from China off Amazon right now.
Yeah, I heard that eBay and Amazon were going to be doing that.
Yeah.
I made some notes you might be interested in, actually, or, you know, interesting conversation pieces for shows or whatever, or videos and so on, right?
Definitely, Roger.
And one of them was on that. So on the one hand, this is, absolutely, Simon, this is going to be the biggest war in history. No McDonald's tonight, popcorn.
Probably a line.
So the way I see supply and demand, right? Supply and demand dictates that people like eBay and Amazon are going to lose an absolute fortune. They will be making money out of the people that are still selling. So you've got people that are selling your toilet rolls and all that palavers that are going on, and whatever sales that are going on. Yes, but think about this. There's 1.5 million of me, right? And I'm not saying that every single one of those people is a business owner selling on Amazon or eBay. However, how many people immediately got to stop? Whatever they're doing, they've got to stop. Whether they can stop and not go out of business, or whether they can stop and they go out of business. But how many people have got to stop? And by stopping, I mean all of our listings on our individual eBay accounts, our agency eBay accounts, all that kind of stuff, all off today, finished. No more sales. Can't risk getting another sale. So that's money that eBay ain't going to make. Multiply that by millions of people that ain't going to be able to trade. So their money will go down. But then you're going to have people like, what was the one I said was money was going to go up? You'll have a boom in property prices.
Okay.
Things, there'll be a slump, I think, huge slump. Then when all this is finished, they're going to have a lot of people moving out, so there'll be money to be made in those areas. Do you know what I mean? So sites like eBay and Amazon, people are going to be cashing in their stocks and shares as well. That makes it dangerous for eBay and Amazon. When people start to realise that they're losing money,
they're trying to turn liquid.
They'll try and liquidate their stocks because Amazon and eBay stocks will start going down. At the moment, they're okay. But once everybody stops posting like me, their stocks and so if you've got money in Amazon and eBay, get it out because they're going to go down. I should be a stocks and shares merchant.
They have a trigger system. I believe they have a trigger system here on the stock exchange. If stuff starts going down too quick, they stop trading.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure most of them do now.
but I'm not sure what because it crashes. So I know it's not always. Yeah, there's supposed to be something set up.
When they stop it and start it and stop it and start it, they're hoping the market is going to go, oh, it's all right. I realise my mistake. I'm not going to sell now. But for businesses like that, I don't think they will.
April 1st.
It's only people's money.
Next week. Oh, we'll find out April 1st when stuff starts becoming due and people can't pay their bills. And we've lost his audio. He's on the phone anyway. All right. Yeah, this is going to cost a lot. This will probably cost more than all the wars combined. Wars affect continents most of the time. This affects the world. Well, that's cool. They're a lot of kids are on the free lunch program here, and they've been driving the school buses around and during certain times and parking the buses and letting them get their lunches and homework assignments. So that's nice. Hey, Ian Rossiter. Ian's on the phone right now. I got him sunk down there. Yeah. So that's cool. Some kids, that's their only nutrition. Oh, he got knocked out. Copy. I'm putting it up now. There you go. Are COA goods going to end completely? No, everything's going to get put on hold for the near future. Oh, hey, John. Yeah, yeah, about 2 hours away. I can get Apache Junction in an hour and a half. All right.
Conversation.
What a man got to do.
What's a man got to do? What's a man got to do? It's my song at the moment, that is. I'm bopping around to it every day, singing it out of tune, driving them, giving them all an headache.
We have talked about it before, John, because I think your friend lives in Apache Junction. And you've been there before. And I told you that the mountains you see there, I live up in them. All right. Welcome back. Weird conversation?
Yeah, that was the dentist ringing me up.
Oh, okay.
So they were ringing me up to let me know that they were cancelling my appointment yet again this week because they're only seeing urgent cases. So I said, if I'm one of the 1.5 million and I have to self-isolate for 12 weeks, does that mean that I can't come to a dentist appointment? And she said, yes, you can't come to a dentist appointment. So there you go. Is it Nanny that was asking or Danielle earlier on?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to ring them up because you're going to have to rebook it for 12 weeks.
I think that was Nanny.
And even then, you know, I've just rebooked it for 12 weeks' time, but we're hoping that in 12 weeks from now I can actually go, which is hardly unlikely. So looks like I'm going to be without teeth for most of this year. But there we go. And as I was talking to her on the phone, I said, what am I going to do about my teeth? I've got to have teeth. I can only chew on 2 teeth. I've got 2 teeth, one at the top, one at the bottom that I can chew on that are on the same side. Otherwise, I've got teeth on the top, but nothing on the bottom. Teeth on the bottom, but nothing on the top, but the other side.
Yeah.
And she said, and it was like, I don't know, it was like listening to an episode of Vicar of Dibley or something. She was on the phone and she's going, oh, I'm sorry, but we can't. You have to take the advice of the government. And I'm going, yeah, but what am I going to do about my teeth? Oh, well, yeah, so there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry.
Aww.
So there we go. Are COA goods going to end completely? Well, who knows? You know, if you ask me a question like that, I mean, the question actually, I'm going to give the same answer, right? So just go back to the question from Simon. I'm not picking on you, Simon, I promise. Well, I am a bit, but only gently and in mild fun. But right. So anytime I get hit with a question, I'm going to give this same answer, right? You're asking me a question to which I have no idea of the answer. So that's like me saying to you, is there a compensation package that I can tap into for that? And you're going to say, I don't know. See what I mean? So anytime anybody asks me a question, if you get that answer from me, that's me just going, I don't know, because that's me just passing the buck back to you and going, well, you know, do you know if there's anything? Because I don't.
I don't get this one. Well, I don't know what the SGs are.
The SGs are a reggae band.
Oh, okay. Now
I might have sent you a CD. That's my brother's reggae band.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, I have the CD.
That's the SGs.
Okay, cool.
Have you got a spare stamp, Logan?
What size?
That size? Yeah. Could you do a label for Simon Rogers? There you go. There's one in the post for you, Simon. One of the last postings we'll do.
John White says use a blender.
Use a blender. What for, John?
For eating. For your food.
Thanks.
Switch to margaritas.
Yeah, thanks very much. I woke up to this horrible dream about these parcels that are going to be delivered to the likes of me and John. Right? I think you're the same, John. I think you're going to be one of the 1.5 million. You'll find out that, like me, with a letter tomorrow. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I woke up this horrible dream about the parcels being delivered, and this horrible greengrocer delivering a box of stuff on a doorstep, stepping back, and then me opening the door, getting me box, bringing it in, and finding out half of the stuff in it's gone rotten. Yeah, kind of thing. I'm sure you could get some false gnashers on eBay, wearing somebody else's gnashers. Have your teeth posted to you. Yeah, the problem is I broke them, if you remember, at Christmas. So I had to go back to the dentist and they have to put this plasticine stuff in your mouth.
Do an impression.
Which I did that bit. So that bit's done. So the next bit now is the teeth are there and they've been there for the last 2 months. And I've got to go down there now and they've got to fit them. And then they've got to make sure they're right or get their measurements right, send it back to the factory, then the factory send it back, then I go for another fitting and we're done. So it's halfway through making them, there's nothing I can do. I'm 100% because it's respiratory, yeah. Yeah, mine will be the heart issues. That comes into it. They've got, and if you're in any doubt as well, they've got a page on the NHS website. So there is a page up and running from today, giving people the exact illnesses that come under the 1.5 million. Like I say, I don't think the stoma issues put me in the 1.5 million, and I don't think the seizure issues put me in the 1.5 million, and I don't think the bone degenerative disease puts me in the 1.5 million. But I think I might be out of luck with the heart issues.
You think they'd have something on their front page? Oh, here we go.
We found it.
Yeah. It's at the top of the page.
Other things I was thinking of, and that is, you know, I don't want this to come across scaremongery, and I don't want this to come across doom and gloomy, but how many of you have seriously sat down and considered sorting your will out? Now is a good time. You know what I mean? Now is
affairs in order.
Yeah. Just get them in order. Just do it. Because you've got time on your hands. You know, you need something to do. One of the things you could do is start making a plan of things that you could do around the house and at home. Some of you have got gardens, some of you ain't. But, you know, but make a will. It's really important. Make a will. Because if you own anything and you don't make a will, it's at risk. So make a will. Give it to somebody. Another thing I think there's going to be an issue with is domestic abuse. I think that is going to go through the roof.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Domestic and child abuse will go absolutely through the roof from both male and female partners, parents losing their rag, you know, people getting stir crazy. I mean, it's all right for me. I consider myself one of the lucky ones. I've got a roomy house and I've got a 100-foot garden. So even if I'm not allowed to take Hector out for a walk, or Fran's not allowed to talk, we can give him a good run in the garden and we can get fresh air in the garden and all of that. I mean, there's so many people live in flats and apartments and things like that. It's going to be terrible.
Can't get out of the house.
Yeah, and in a hot summer.
I'm sunburnt from playing in the garden yesterday.
I thought you was red.
Yeah, I'm sunburnt.
And if we have a hot summer...
It was like 80 degrees out here last night.
Whoa.
20, 25. Yeah.
Wow.
Celsius, I think.
All those people that will be in flats and apartments. You know, ain't got the luxury of what me and you have got. You know, you're lucky, like me.
Yeah. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
What happens with Patreon? Yeah, you carry on, Butch. What happens with Patreon subscription? That's a good point, Simon. We'll cancel them all. No one's going to want to carry on giving me any money if the competitions and stuff ain't running. So I think we'll cancel them all. Are you able to go into your account and cancel it? Can someone let us know if you can do that yourself? I don't know if we can do it. I'll ask Butch because he was keeping his hand on that for me, but I'll ask him to go in and cancel that, and we'll just cancel that off, and then we won't be taking any more money off anybody for the Patreon. So that'll be the Patreon finished for a while until that'll probably be one of the first things that goes live again, will be the Patreon, because whatever it is that I figure out we're going to try and do, we're going to need support for it. I ain't going to be able to do anything without support. Whether or not that support wants to be given, that'll be another question, but you know, or another answer. But I'll, you know, I can see that being the first change, or the first thing that goes back up. So yeah, good point, Simon. We'll cancel that. That'll all be cancelled. You see if you can cancel it. If you can't cancel it, we'll see if we can cancel it, and then it'll all be ended. And then we'll remake it, rejig it, and restart the Patreon again for those people that want to support us a bit. That's all I'll be able to do. And that'll be one of the things I'll be discussing, no doubt, after the show. If I don't get back to you too quickly, just allow me some flexibility and a little bit of little bit of room. I've already got messages flying in, and there'll be emails flying in, of which people will be trying to keep up to date with. But remember, you know, it's not going to be easy to keep up to date on everything. Oh, that's very kind of you. That's lovely. Somebody said that they want me to keep their Patreon going, but we'll have a look. I mean, if we do, if we, you know, we will have to cancel all the Patreon. So that is lovely of you to say just keep it going, and bless your heart for that. We will have to cancel all the Patreons because of what each Patreon comes with. You know, so every single one of them will have to be cancelled. Thinking about it. But, you know, if you would like to carry on supporting, which it sounds like you do, then that'll be great. And you'll be able to do the next one. You know, we'll do one. But whatever one we do, we've got to be able to honour whatever it is that people are signing up for. And for what we've got up there at the minute, what you're already signed up for, we can't honour that. So it's best to, like, boof, off that goes. So, but you can... You know, I'll be more than happy. Thank you very much. If you want to carry on supporting us, and we'll get something else up there as soon as we can. Because obviously, I'll need some kind of an income coming in myself. Not too sure yet on what they're going to be doing for self-employed. I don't know if I said it earlier, but there was a petition. Some of you have seen it going around on Facebook over the weekend, and the rules are over here: if 100,000 people sign a petition, it has to get debated in the House of Lords, and there's over 100,000 people on this petition, so it will have to get debated in the House of Lords, absolutely guaranteed. And the petition is about self-employed people being able to get some remuneration along with the people out there that are employed, because people like me, there is no money, there's no wages, that all stops, and then rent stops and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know where I stand yet. I'm going to have to phone up housing benefit now, places like that, and see what I can tap into, as a lot of you are now going to have to do. That's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it? How are they going to run the housing benefit departments and all the other benefit departments? Are they going to be snowed under? They're going to have like 1 million new customers in a week. By the end of this week, there'll be more than 1 million people out of work. 1 million, maybe 2 million. By the end of this week. Pardon me. It was in my elbow, Logan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to get. I think it's going to get tough for a lot of people. So that could be a lot of people out of work by the end of this week. I think. I need to blow my nose. Hurry up, back, Butch. I need to look away from the screen and blow my nose. You'll just have to.
Just in time. Oh, there he is.
Anymore. Wait.
Oh, that's all right. Ooh.
Yeah, for those of you who've got a garden, if you get absolutely stuck and it's really nice weather and you just don't know what to do with yourself, right? Then here's a nice little project for you. Do a little time team dig in your garden. Take a little space for your garden and do you know what time team is, Butch?
Time team?
Yeah.
Okay,
so there's an actor come presenter called Tony Robinson. Actually,
I know who that is.
Right, he does a lot of antique digs and that. So he goes out with a team. They call it Time Team, and they go digging up places.
Oh, it's a TV show.
Yeah, archaeological digs and all that kind of thing, right? So if you're really stuck for something to do and you're just going out your skull, go and take a bit of the garden if it's good weather, right? Measure off a bit of the garden and do a time team dig. Dig it. See how far you can dig down and see what you can find. You know, take a square, take like a 6 foot square or something and dig. There's a little something just to keep you occupied in the coming times. And then the other thing you've also got is you've got the other thing I've noticed. Now, I've only noticed this more because I opened up a couple of extra Facebook accounts. But Facebook, because Facebook offices are closed, having looked into it a little bit, and there's not many people about, they're going on their algorithms and their automatic thingies, spiders and stuff. And more and more people are having their accounts blocked for overuse because, you know, at a time when people will overuse it because of what's going on. You know, I've got my account blocked because I'm overusing it, trying to share to groups to stop going bust. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't people do that kind of thing? So you've got to watch out for that. It's because of us doing our sharing things that we've worked out. Cover your time on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you, Danielle. So we'll be looking at that kind of thing as well. Yeah, definitely. Oops, on me. So they've been, yeah. So saying that, they're, you know, there's a lot of people actually running into difficulty because you're all of a sudden you're at home, you're not working, you're doing lots more sharing on Facebook, and now you're blocked. Ian Ross is.
He goes, go ahead. I guess you're closing Patreon. He said, go ahead and close it. I just paid for 3 months.
Ian, I love it. I do. And what was John Moore? What did he say?
Oh.
Put a coin each side each month to send to the members when isolation lifted. Yeah, John. I don't know what we're going to do, right? But, you know, there's me, there's Butch to come up with ideas. There's the team. We haven't quit. I mean, what I'm not doing is I'm not turning me back and I'm not quitting or I'm not going anywhere. So, you know, and we've got people like you, John, to come up with ideas and see where we can go next. But you have to sometimes say goodbye to one thing in order to do something else, you know. And there's nothing I can do now to keep things going.
That is Stevie's garden.
Ah. Well, Stevie B, you're just going to have to get involved with the sharing, Stevie, and go for one of these £1,000 parcels. I mean, you know, that is the first thing I'll keep thinking of all the time because it's the one thing I'm doing at the moment that is actually working. And it doesn't involve me sending you coins on a daily basis. It involves me putting a specific parcel together for you. You know, so anybody, maybe Chris, maybe you could put the link up for the group, for the VIP supporters group on the WhatsApp, so that if anybody wants to join that, I'll assign you a post. When that post has got 1,000 shares on it, and I'm not talking about 1,000 shares to your own profile or 1,000 shares that you buy, I'm talking about 1,000 proper shares to groups and everything, then you can be part of that. And you going anywhere, Butch?
When?
You leaving us? You going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. You going anywhere?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Wait a second. No, it's a ferret just licked my ankle. I freaked.
We still got a show. So, yeah, we'll still be doing a show every day. I'm coming back tomorrow.
We're going to figure something out.
And we might just be doing lots of this, just talking. You know, at least you get to see Butch's and my handsome features every morning for a couple of hours. Get to see our smiley faces a couple of hours every day. Next to a wood as well. See, Will,
nice.
You might be able to do a little bit of, you might be able to dig a square of the garden up. One thing you can guarantee, absolutely guarantee.
See you later, John.
Is if 5 million, see you later, John. is if 5 million people dug a 6-foot square hole in their garden, one of them would find a hoard of treasure. That's fantastic, Lorna. Thanks. I like being stuck with you lot. We just got to figure out what to do, that's all.
Says he's on cliffs, so he'll soon hit limestone.
Yeah. What was that?
That was when I already. Danielle said me too.
Oh, cool. So where we'll go with other bits and bobs is we don't really know. What else did I have to talk about? So what did you think of what did you have anything to punch in, by the way?
Oh, not right now. It's a unstable period, so we have no idea what's going to go on day to day.
Oh, here's something that they'll be talking about in time to come. Just remember, something they'll be talking about in time to come. Hauling people over the coals for one day, and they're going to get all sorts of people go, no, it wasn't me. It's like how many people, especially serious politicians and all that, have got shares in the companies that get the government contracts that are suddenly now going to deal with millions of people. There is a fortune that's going to be made, multiple fortunes that are going to be made. And one of the things I immediately wonder is these companies that are going to be getting the government contracts, who has shares in these companies? Always wonder that.
The federal prison system uses a telephone system. It's a pay system that's run by one company, and the wife of somebody in the government that is in charge of voting that company in is the owner of the company.
And the owner of the company is in charge. The owner of the company is in charge of getting it.
Yeah, it's all her company.
Wow.
Yeah, just stupid stuff like that. Yeah.
You see, and you let people get away with that over there. You obviously like the American.
Yeah, I have no idea how she gets away. Yeah, there might be something else in there, but yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like that. Have you had any more news yet on that missing money out of the Pentagon?
From there's always missing money. Is there missing money again? I know. I have no idea.
So a lot of money just gone missing out of the Pentagon on a big audit.
Recently? Oh wow. I haven't heard anything about it. Yeah, no. No, I've been spending a lot of time outside the last couple of days, so I'm behind on news all weekend. If it was daylight, I was outside.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend over the weekend. I was able to do some gardening myself. Managed to cut the grass over the weekend, which was
Nice.
Massive, because it's been several months since I've been able to cut the grass. It's just been too wet. But literally just dry enough to get a bit of grass cut over the weekend. So I was pleased about that. And now the other thing I'm going to be looking at doing, and if you haven't thought about it yet, please start thinking about it. If you have got, unfortunately, you're buggered if you're someone like Stevie B, but if you have got a bit of a garden, think about growing some veg. Think about what you can...
Stevie can do it too. Just do it in buckets or planters.
Yeah, buckets or planters out on the balcony, Stevie.
A couple of tomato plants, some veg, yeah.
Yeah, potatoes and a bit of veg and tomato plants you could grow out on a balcony. You know, you can, in black bin liners with holes in, you can grow potatoes. That's how my sister-in-law grew a load of potatoes. in black bin liners. So yeah, Lorna and me don't have a link.
If you don't know how to garden like that, I would watch some videos, start learning. Because if you're gonna want fresh veggies or anything like that, you're probably gonna have to start growing them. I'm glad about 3 years ago we planted a bunch of fruit trees. So I've got apple, nectarine, and cherries that should all be good this year.
Okay.
Then we got a grapevine that's huge, so we should have a bunch of grapes.
Oh, you've got a fair bit then. What else you got? So you got cherries, grapes.
Yep. Cherries, grapes, apples, nectarines, plums. We just planted the squash, pumpkin, and watermelons. So 3 months from now, we'll have those all harvest ready. Planted corn. We'll do a bunch of herbs. Greens we'll do.
I just posted the link in the chat.
So lots of stuff.
You've got a fair amount of space there as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of space there. So
we're on about a quarter acre.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of growing more, like, more fruit trees and things like that?
Yeah. That's just what we planted over the last year. We haven't started our garden this year yet. So that's what I've been working on this weekend, is clearing that area out.
Okay.
So a 20 by 100 foot section will all be plants, garden stuff.
As in plants to look at or plants to eat?
To eat. It'll all be edible.
Oh.
No, we'll do corn, eggplant, peppers, potatoes. I've got 3 different varieties of potatoes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so we all need to start thinking about that.
All that stuff.
I'm getting an area ready in the bottom of my garden, and going to look at getting one of those polytunnels ordered, a small polytunnel.
And we got chickens and ducks the other day. So we bought the babies, and they're inside. And once they get feathers, they'll go outside and we'll raise those up for eggs. Ducks will be breeding and eggs and eating. Yeah. That's
one thing I couldn't get over the weekend. I couldn't get any eggs.
Yeah. See, either could we. So yeah.
Sold out.
And we have 2 laying hens, 2 actual hens that are laying eggs now that somebody gave us yesterday.
Yeah.
So we took those. So we're gonna have those eggs. But yeah, it takes about 3 months, and the others should start laying.
Okay.
So we're getting set up. We're getting set up for worst case.
That'll help. I mean, we're not even. I've never thought about that.
And our town is on a well. Our city water supply is on a well, so we're not going to lose water. It's not like we're dependent on somebody else. The water tower is literally a quarter mile from my house. Yeah.
Right.
10-minute walk.
So you've just made me think now as to I'm seriously sitting here thinking, do you know what? We have got the space. I could have a couple of chickens.
Yeah.
How many chickens do you need in order to have eggs for the 2 of you? Like if you wanted, say, just 1 egg a day.
Depending on the chicken, most chickens lay daily or every other day. So daily. if you want a dozen eggs a day, then you get a dozen chickens, and that's about what you'll get.
Okay. And can you just have 1 or 2 chickens in a little pen?
Yeah.
And presumably, somebody said to me a while back that you can feed chickens anything, a bit like pigs. You can give them all the leftovers.
They'll eat grains. They won't eat proteins. They won't like eat old meat, stuff like that. But if you have garden scraps, anything you would normally compost, they'll dig through.
Yeah.
So cuttings off carrots or the peels off potatoes, they love that stuff.
They would eat all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What I've done is I built my chicken coop over my compost pile. So everything that I compost goes into the chicken coop, and they dig through it and scatter it and tear it all up, so it composts like 10 times quicker.
So even if you, what about grass? When you cut the grass, you put that in a compost heap and put that.
Yeah. We don't have grass, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they eat the worms out of it and things like that?
Yeah. All the bugs. Yeah. And we let them. I'll let them loose in the garden. They won't hurt the plants once the plants are above seedlings. They'll run around, pick up the bugs and the snails or anything that's on the plants, and they'll just go around and clean out the garden for you. Great pest control.
Okay. Are they good for rats?
No. We have a dog that chases down rats.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't want. The trouble is, I don't want the dog catching it. Oh no, I've got a rat out there. I've got a couple of rats out there.
Oh.
And I can't seem to get rid of them. I mean, as the rat man, you know, got any suggestions as to what I can't put poison down because of Casper.
Yeah.
3 chickens ideal for 2 people.
You can do a live trap, which is just a cage that the rat actually goes inside and then gets caught, and that way you can dispose of it how you need, and then Casper can't get into the bait or the trap.
That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of maybe catching it in a trap and then taking it out to the woods and just releasing it, you know, a long way away.
Toss it in the river.
I couldn't kill it on purpose. Yeah, I couldn't do that kind of thing. Any more?
Yeah.
3 chickens for 2 people, but Fran doesn't eat as many eggs as me, so
that'll probably give you about a dozen eggs a week. Now the thing with fresh eggs, too, is they don't require refrigeration. So if you know once a week you're going to go out there, or if you know that you go through a dozen a week, you can leave those eggs under that chicken and just collect them once a week and just take that dozen in. You don't have to do it daily. But if you don't do it daily, sometimes they break the eggs, that type of thing.
All right, okay.
But they stay fresh a good 2 months just out in the open. You don't wash them. Never wash fresh eggs. They have a coating on the outside that protects them. And even though it's got poop on it or something or spotting, you just leave it and it won't get inside the egg. When you're ready to use the egg, right before you crack it, then wash all the stuff off, then crack it.
Got you.
And keep the eggs a lot fresher.
I'm going to talk to Fran about that after the show because I think we have got the space. We could have a couple of chickens. We have laughed about it and talked about it before.
Yeah.
But do they make a lot of noise?
Roosters do. No, they chatter, so they balk at each other, but it's all quiet.
Right.
The roosters will make noise, but
All right, I might need some advice on how I put a chicken coop together.
Duct tape and baling wire. No.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I built a frame, wrapped it in chicken wire.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. You did well.
We have a bunch of shade cloth that we put up so the animals are shaded during the summer.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you don't.
It's all shade. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a bigger heat problem than what we do.
Definitely.
But an interesting thought that is. We're already thinking of putting a polytunnel down there to grow some vegetables in, like I said, and the thought of maybe a couple of chickens.
Now the ducks are messy, but the eggs have more protein. They taste better, and the meat is a little on the greasy side, but it's got more calories. So ducks or chickens versus eating, the ducks will be a lot more better for you. So we're raising both.
I like duck eggs. Fran's too keen on duck eggs, but I do like a duck egg now and again. But the only time we ever eat duck is the Chinese.
Oh yeah, New Year.
Shredded duck thing.
Peking duck.
Yeah, or that kind of thing. That's the only time we ever have it. We never have it.
No, I think she got 6 of them. So.
But I'm definitely going to look into that.
Oh, you can make videos of your ventures.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're going to carry on with the shows every day. I'm going to carry on. Butch and I will do a show until one of us says, I don't want to do it. And then there ain't a Butch and an Ian. There'll only be a Butch or an Ian until they go. You know what I mean?
We put a lot of time into this show every day.
Yeah, I'm not going to quit. But so to reiterate, put it all into perspective. As of now, we cease trading as a numismatics business. There is nothing for us to post whatsoever. So that's that. And what happens with that, I have absolutely no idea. So we are going to be going down the road of putting in whatever claims and things are available. Other than that, that's it. Then we will be trying to now move forward in whatever way we can, trying to save what we can. And the good thing is that we will have time on our side to be able to do it, because the entire system is going to be overloaded. So the court system, the bankruptcy system, the public services system, everything is going to be completely overloaded. Which means no one's going to have time to deal with us at the minute. So we've got time.
And everything's up in the air. So we don't know what the government's going to do as far as compensation for people who have lost money during this, or what they're doing now. Yeah, that's all. Today's Monday. We're going to find out a lot of information in the U.S. in the next couple hours. Tonight
at 5 o'clock, we'll find out some information.
Okay.
I tried to do a live with one of the programs. I was watching a virus program and it wouldn't have it. You know, it knew straight away there was something wrong. So how you managed to get the news up there? I take it we haven't got the corona update running.
I share the screen. I just share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you can cut the news into it or whatever. But I thought we haven't got the corona one up anyway at the minute, have we?
It's not up right now.
No.
I completely forgot about it yesterday. Yeah.
Right. But we are putting that back up.
I can put that back up today.
Yeah. All right then. So we are putting that back up. Maybe cut. I couldn't cut any news in. I tried. I might have another go later. See if I can't get the news at 5 o'clock.
Did you get on the computer to try to do it?
No, on my iPad.
Okay. I
was recording it off the TV, so I was playing it on the TV.
Oh.
Recording it from the iPad, but doing it live to record it.
Holding the iPad up to TV.
Well,
okay.
I had it all set up just to sit there, and it hadn't been playing a couple of minutes, and there was an email into Gmail saying there's been a copyright claim. So there must be some signal coming off the screen.
What the heck? Yeah. No. I don't know.
It's weird. Too.
I don't know why they'd say it is copyright. It depends on what you're doing. See, in the U.S., you can replay the news, because it's a public service. It falls under a public service.
It was a program. It was a documentary. But it was a documentary on viruses, and I thought this was really important right now, you know, to show everybody. So I tried to put it onto YouTube, but it didn't work.
Okay, that's okay. I don't know.
Which is probably not a good idea for me.
No, I know the news. You can use it in bits. I couldn't live stream NBC News 24/7 on our channel, but to grab clips and restream certain broadcasts is perfectly fine. And I do turn off ads when we do that. So we're not kicking out ads on it. We're not collecting any money when we stream on that one.
Okay. What else? Apart from the fact that deaths are going to explode. Oh, first one, Dorchester, here, died last night, weekend.
Just near you?
Yeah, so we've had our first fatality near me.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that was over the weekend. Question about. Oh yeah, that was something I was going to mention with the something I've made a note of that I was going to mention the looting, etc. Boris was asked about police, and he seemed to be surprised at the question that we would need police. And I wonder whether or not, you know, they realise that there's going to be looting going on, that people will actually go out looting, and you know there is going to be a need for a police presence on the streets, even if there's no people on the streets. You need police on the streets to make sure there's no people on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, so that's going to be interesting. What comes from there? Other than that, anybody else got anything to say today?
Okay, I think you.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Anybody want to fire any questions at me about anything that I've said?
I was looking back to see if I missed anything.
There must be questions. Some of you have got burning questions or whatever. Some tow rags broke into sheds down on allotments other night, pinched all the hens and pigeons. Yeah. I was thinking about this over the weekend as well. You know, the other thing that we're going to need police for and army for is who's going to protect the farmers. You've got sheep and cows and deer roaming around everywhere. You've got farmers' fields full of cabbages and corn and all the rest of it. Do we really think that people ain't going to go in there and fill up their van loads? They're going to fill it up car load. You're going to have illegal immigrants have no choice, and that's not going like that to them. You've got to put yourself in their position. If you're an illegal immigrant, you've got no access to this government subsidy or anything like that. What are you going to do for your family? You're going to go out to that farm up the road and you're going to nick a sheep and you're going to slaughter it and feed your family, aren't you?
Or try.
Or dig up someone's potatoes or nick the allotments or whatever. You're going to do anything you can. And these are all going to be places that are not very secure. That's why they're going to get hit. Your allotments are going to get hit because they're not secure. And the first place you need to go, if you're thinking in that way of thinking that you need to nick this stuff because you can't get it anywhere else, you're going to go to the less secure places first. So I think that's just the start of that. Every allotment in the country will need to be put under guard. Now you're at that's a ridiculous situation to have, but that's where we're heading.
Very.
Orchards. I mean, there's lots of, in some ways, there's lots of outside free produce like blackberry bushes. Blackberry picking is a big thing in this country because blackberries grow wild.
Yeah.
So
the Pacific Northwest up in Washington, Oregon, they have blackberries up there that grow wild. And as a kid, I picked them.
Yeah. So you get a lot of people doing the blackberries for blackberry pies and things like that, making things jam and one thing and another. But I've always thought there just isn't enough of the other stuff. There are places where there's apple trees and one thing and another, but you could really do with, like the old story about Johnny Appleseed going around the country planting apple trees. Yeah, I've often thought, ever since I was a kid, I've thought, well, why have we not got the equivalent of a park, which I realise now the word for that, which would be orchard, but, a parky area like an orchard.
Now, the city of Seattle made an edible park. So they planted all fruit trees and bushes that had berries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's completely, yeah.
As a society, we could think more along those lines, couldn't we?
Isn't that the witch's garden or something like that in the UK where all the plants are poisonous?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's in the UK.
Okay. Yeah, now that's a great kind of idea, isn't it? A park that's edible.
Yeah.
So everything in the park is you could just taste a bit or eat a bit of it, and it's all fresh and it doesn't hurt. What a great idea!
Yeah.
Someone should come up with that idea over here. Maybe we need to crowdfund to make an edible park. What do you reckon, Logan? Should that be our next business?
Sure.
Let's make an edible park. I did have the idea of a recycle park. So, recycle world. So you go into this massive acreage complex, but when you go through the gate, absolutely everything is rubbish or made out of rubbish or recycled. But maybe like a few acres of it.
Oh, wow.
Buildings and
sculptures and
all sorts. Just a massive place. All right, lovey. Okie dokie then. Oh, I think I need a biscuit. Hang on, I'm going to get a cake. Is it 1 o'clock? That's why I'm hungry.
It is 1 o'clock. Oh, somebody's watching me on Twitch.
I don't mind going over a bit if anybody's got questions. You say somebody's watching on Twitch?
Yep, we got somebody on Twitch.
Hello, Twitcher. Thanks for popping in. Mr. or Ms. Twitch.
He's gone.
Oh.
Now they're gone.
Yeah,
They might be. It just doesn't show up.
I like these.
Huh.
Marks and Spencer's blackcurrant sundaes.
Oh, those look good.
Nice.
They call them a sundae?
Don't know why.
Huh. They look like a tart or a turnover or something like that. I don't know what the right word is for it. Huh?
It's that's what it looks like.
Okay. It looks like shortbread.
Delicious all butter pastry.
Oh.
With blackcurrant filling, decorated with vanilla flavoured buttercream, and topped with a mini Viennese biscuit.
Oh wow.
That's what it is.
Viennese biscuit.
Viennese biscuit. So, has anyone got any questions for me before we disappear?
Simon just asked, is there any chance of auctioning any stuff this week? And can people bid with money if they do not have sufficient points? Everything's shut down as of today. Logan's catching up on the orders that need done, and that's it.
Yeah.
No more orders can be accepted. True, the Great British Coin Hunt. Yeah.
If you want to buy something that Butch is selling or can sell you, whilst he is still able to wrap and pack and post something, then please, please, please do. Because he can do that. I can't.
Yeah.
You know, as of now, I can't wrap and pack and post anything. So there's no auction, Simon. There's no nothing. The only thing I can take money for at the moment are things that do not need posting. So if somebody wants to buy shares in the royalmint.tv and pay me direct via the bank account, royalmint.news, that kind of thing, 10 times a mint, that kind of thing. If anybody still wants to put any money into those, yes, you can. But you have to send it by direct bank transfer, and you're going to have to talk to me privately in order to do that. So, so some things we can still sell or trade in, but other things we can't trade in. You know, there's no way I can get around the posting issue, and there's no way I can run a business on my own anyway. Not in that respect. Yeah, and it's don't get me wrong, it's not you. I don't feel it's you asking a silly question or anything like that. It's more a case of it really is difficult for everybody, for all of you, to comprehend sometimes what's happened and the implication of what's happened, and the fact that when somebody says, "Oh no, that's stopped," it really has stopped. You know, it's difficult to get your head around. But there's an awful lot of businesses that will go boom. So all the businesses selling fresh produce by post and frozen foods by post and fresh meat by post. If you go on to my Facebook page, you'll see a link. Chris might even have the link for the butchers that I gave a link for.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. As a local butchers to me, good stuff. And I believe he does home delivery.
Fully loaded.
People like that, their businesses will go through the roof for as long as they have access to their produce. But there are other businesses out there that will just go through the floor now.
So I know they've closed a bunch of restaurants here.
Yeah.
And Walmart got a hold of the distributor of that does the produce and meats to these restaurants, because it's a different company that would normally serve a grocery store, and has talked to them into rewrapping their meat for retail sales.
Yeah.
So instead of it going to the restaurants, it's going into the stores.
Going to the stores, yeah.
And it's keeping them in business.
Yeah. A lot of that now. Says Ian, noshing a cake.
I know we had to go to the Valley. We had to go to Phoenix yesterday to get stuff, and I went to bed before they came back. But I noticed the freezer's full, so I guess we got a bunch of meat.
Yeah.
So we've got a big chest freezer, and it's completely full this morning. So
cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to say I'm all right for most stuff. You know, because there were little bits and pieces that even though like I saw all this coming and didn't have any money, I think I said about 3 weeks ago, if I had £1,000 right now, I would be out shopping. Or 4 weeks ago.
Canned food.
Yeah, there's a lot I'd have done. But
anything you can vacuum seal.
So I didn't have any money, but some things I did. You know, I made sure I got a few extra bottles of milk. So I've got like 3, 6, 9 bottles, 2-litre bottles of milk. I've got 9 of those in the freezer. And some fresh meat and stuff like that in the freezer.
You should also get dehydrated milk. Instant milk?
I never liked it. I never liked it.
It doesn't matter if you like it.
I know.
The times right now, what if power goes out for a week? You lose all that stuff in the freezer and you're out of milk.
Yeah.
But if you want to make something with milk or eat cereal or drink it with your tea.
Powdered milk.
Yeah.
I know.
Carnation makes... you guys have Carnation over there?
I like Carnation milk.
Their instant... It's not... their instant milk is actually pretty good. Yeah.
Oh,
protein powders. The workout stuff.
Yeah.
Grab that. I mean, that's good calories if you need protein. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a line that one of the lines that one of my sons does is the mental range. Does a lot.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So he'll lose on the one hand and gain on another.
Yeah.
But there you go.
There's lots of things that are shelf stable that you need to stock up on just to survive, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I was able to get a few of them, a few bits and pieces, you know, like you. So I've managed to get some supplies in.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see how it's all going to work from here on onwards. Right then, 1:10. If you don't want me anymore, we'll go. And then we'll bend each other's ear for an hour. Well, half an hour.
Yes, there is one in Kew Gardens, but I don't know what that's referencing. I got lost.
Kew Gardens. There's one in Kew Gardens.
Oh yeah, cows are still working. They need milking.
They do. You've got to have all the land workers. You've got to have all the people in the manufacturing for all the farms, all the vegetables, all that. It's all still got to carry on.
I think I have a package in the post today.
Do you?
Yeah, they dropped it. They dropped it in the mailbox on Saturday, the PO box, but they just put a slip in. But normally there's lockers on the side that they'll put the bigger packages in for, but this is a signed for.
Oh, that'll be one of ours then.
So it might be one of yours.
Yeah. 2 of them went at the same time, so I bet you get one tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. The mail will be delivered before I get a chance to get down there and check it today.
Okay. Oh, cool. I'm glad that's got there then. Wicked. That'd be a nice parcel, that will, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Right then, so thanks everyone.
Right. We're going to wrap it up for the day.
We'll wrap it up for the day. We'll be back tomorrow for a little chinwag. And for those of you that have texted me, I'm there. And all I can say is, remember, it's just we've come to that point. That's it. There's nothing we can do. So we just got to take it on the chin, and along with everybody else, we got to just follow the news and see what happens. All right then. In the meantime, we're still doing the sharing, so the link is there. Come into the group and get 1,000 shares on a post. I'll give you £1,000 for coins.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you later. Bye for now.
Stay safe.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.